Hi there, Naturally Remedy community. It's Mary Sheila, and welcome to my kitchen. I am really glad to have you here in my kitchen today. It's something I love to do. I love to share cooking techniques and styles, and really, to me, natural remedies begin in our kitchens, right? Because food can truly be our medicine. And in this series of videos that I've been sharing with you recently have been about blood sugar and building a foundation. I like to think that if you're going to build a home or build any structure, you have to have a good solid foundation. And the foundation of blood sugar balance is so essential for health because it can really set the stage for all the other systems to really flow and thrive in the body. And so last week I was in my garden and I had just picked some beautiful herbs because herbs really also support the foundation. So I have here some mint, some fresh mint, delicious. You might not have mint in your garden right now depending on where you live, but maybe you can find it locally or you can find it dried. But mint adds such a pick-me-up. It's sort of like a mood enhancer, so to speak, because it just has such a cool, light feeling, and it's very anti-inflammatory. And whenever there's any blood sugar instability or any kind of ailments in the body at all, they always have a root in inflammation. And so herbs and spices are going to be anti-inflammatory. So they are a true first go-to when it comes to any kind of natural remedy. So I want to make a very herbaceous, delicious aromatic dressing with just a few simple ingredients. So I have some mint, I also have some ginger, and I did go to the liberty of putting about a teaspoon of cinnamon. Cinnamon in a dressing is like the most amazing thing. So I'll just say right now, you're welcome. It is so delicious. So I put about a teaspoon of cinnamon in my bowl, and I'm gonna first just take about maybe an inch of ginger. And what I'm gonna do, you don't always have to peel it, but I'm gonna peel it. So I've got a spoon. I'm gonna show you a little ginger trick. And I'm just gonna take my spoon and I'm just going to gently peel my ginger. And what's great about this is that you just don't lose that much if you're cutting into your ginger. And if you have a good organic piece of ginger, you don't necessarily have to peel it. And sometimes you'll find ginger that is very, very thin of a skin, and that's often actually ginger from Hawaii, and you don't have to peel that either. But you can do whatever you want. I'm just showing you how because it's a kind of a fun way. I'm going to take because this is a dressing, I'm not putting it into a blender, which you certainly can. So if cutting things up doesn't feel good to your hands, you can throw everything that I'm doing right now into a blender and just blend it up, or into a Cuisinart or food processor. But I'm going to take my my zester and I'm just going to zest my ginger. And I probably should have kept it a little bit bigger because it would have made it a little easier for me, but that's okay. So I can already smell it. And ginger is such an anti-inflammatory, very digestive. If you ever struggle with nausea or you struggle with inflammation and pain, ginger is an amazing anti-inflammatory. It really is. It just goes right in there and stops the inflammatory cascade in its tracks. There's a lot of studies that show it's just an amazing herb. So I'm just blending this baby up. And I'm not going to go all the way because I do not want to cut myself. And I've got all the zest off of there into my bowl. Then I'm going to add my mint. So I've got probably too much mint, but I'm going to do about maybe 4 or 5 sprigs of mint. I'll save the rest for another project. And I'm just going to chop my mint up as fine as I can. Again, as soon as I start chopping it, the essential oils of the mint are going to start to come out. I can smell it. It smells delicious. It probably sounds really loud. I'm just going to chop it up as fine as I can. Well, I probably won't chop it up as fine as I can, but I'm going to get there. All right, I'm going to add that to my bowl. Then I'm going to zest a little lemon, also extremely anti-inflammatory. And when you zest a lemon, you just want to do one run over the peel and then move on. Because if you go too deep into the white, that's actually a lot of really good things in there for you, but it gets a little bitter. So there we have it. I'm going to give a little zest. And lemon is very alkalizing to your digestive tract, which is awesome. And it also sour, because it's sour, it stimulates your liver and gallbladder. And so sometimes, again, if we have more inflammation in the body, or we're going to have, our liver is going to be a little more overburdened. So we're going to want to, got my awesome juicer, we're going to want to support the liver as much as we can. So this is a very liver supportive dressing. Okay, so I just juiced the whole lemon. Now I'm going to juice some orange. I'm going to make this really nice and citrusy. So this is a pretty darn big orange. This was actually, a friend of mine sent me some oranges in the mail. One of my best friends who lives down in Big Sur lives on a citrus ranch, and she sent me some oranges and some avocados. Now that is a good friend. So I just cut one up in half. I'm only going to use half, I believe. I think after this video, I'm going to eat the other half because I am salivating. So there, I'm just going to squeeze that in there. So it's basically going to be a really nice citrusy dressing. And the other thing I'm going to add that's also going to be a sour component of this dressing is a little bit of vinegar. And I am choosing to use apple cider vinegar because it is also very blood sugar friendly, which is awesome. So I'm just going to do about a tablespoon. I don't want to overburden it with the apple cider because I've got all that nice citrus. I'm going to do a pinch of salt, because I always like to round out those flavors. I'm going to add my oil, and I'm just going to be a little careful about how much oil I add and how slow I add it. So as I am whisking, I'm just going to drizzle my olive oil in. Oops, too fast. I did about 2 or 3 tablespoons. All right. Now I am going to just go ahead and taste my dressing. I'm going to just taste it with a little piece of cucumber. Oh yeah. I honestly feel like I want to drink it. It's that good. This will be delicious on a slaw. This will be delicious, could be delicious with romaine. It could be delicious with cucumber, like a cucumber salad. Or putting on top of a grain or a bean or any other way you want to do it, or on sauteed vegetables or steamed vegetables. But this is a great way to add a lot of anti-inflammatories into your diet, get your digestion going, support your liver, and help to build that foundation of blood sugar balance, all with the natural remedies of food that you have already in your house. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.